Your fear of failure is holding you back. You keep stalling on that new business, you still haven't sent in that job application, and you found a million reasons to avoid publishing that video. Whatever it is, you know you have to take action, you know how to take action, but you just don't because you're afraid to fail. And I get it, I've been there. But failing over and over taught me how to reframe my thinking to get to a place where failure doesn't limit me, it fuels me. Because I wouldn't be running a $100 million a year business today if I listened to fear. So I'm gonna share with you what I learned so that you can get rid of your fear of failure. Starting with the biggest thing people don't realize. You aren't afraid to fail, you're afraid of people seeing you fail. Most people are too busy worrying about their own problems to judge yours, and you're making everything seem like a big deal. And the truth is they're living their own world called Me Inc. It's their movie, their world, they're the main character, and you think they're all paying attention to you? I wish. Trust me, they're not. The people who matter won't judge you, and the people who judge you, they just don't matter. So here's a big reframe. Become a cheerleader, not a critic. Anytime you see somebody do something that you know scared them, praise them. Go out of their way to share their work. Go out of your way to support their work. See, the more you become a cheerleader, the less critic you have, the more you'll be inspired to put your own work out there because there's this positive assumption that those people are going to cheer for you. I've got a friend. He's a world-class artist. He's one of the best, and he's afraid to publish his art. Ask me what his favorite activity is. In the whole wide world, he enjoys doing this one thing. Leaving Google reviews of every place he's visited that day. He brags about it, and no part of him has connected the fact that leaving those reviews, evaluating other people's businesses, has taught him and caused this fear that sat in his mind like a seed of doubt of him ever publishing his art for the fear of criticism or rejection of people not liking his art because he's been doing that to other people. You fear judgment of the things you judge. Trust me, everybody's dealing with the fear of failure. Everybody's dealing with the fear of being judged, and you just got to worry about yourself. But here's what you might not understand about failure. Winners lose more than losers ever will. When I look back at my story, I realized that I failed 2 or 3 times. I'm talking like real failure, not like registered a domain for a business and it didn't work out. I call those projects. We have dozens of those failures. But most millionaires I know, almost all of them, had a failed company the first time. The second time it failed. The third time it didn't work. Finally, through that process, they learned how to become successful. Walt Disney, Henry Ford, and many others went bankrupt, full financial bankrupt before finding their big success. That's actually the norm. Even though my first 2 businesses were complete failures, it taught me to learn. It taught me what to look for. It taught me that I'm able to get up and keep pushing forward when the proof at that point was that I wasn't going to succeed in life. When you do that, you teach yourself that you can do it. See, when I think about life, it's like this metaphor of playing a game. The only time you lose the game is if you decide to stop playing the game. I went almost a decade of eating crap until finally I won. And I will tell you, that day, everybody bragged about being my friend. Everybody talked about how smart I was, how resilient I was. Oh my God, you're so inspiring. Not a day before. The moment you win, everybody forgets about all the failure. And that's just the way it is. So if you decide to keep playing the game, then technically you can't lose. Failure is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger you get. You can't build a tolerance to failure by avoiding it any more than you can build a muscle by avoiding the gym. Only way you develop that skill is to go through it. It's fun for me because I have all these young people that come to me for advice, asking me like, how do I start? What do I got to do? And I always share the same thing. The faster you can go from idea to trying to sell something to a stranger and they say no, or you put some money into a project and it doesn't work, the faster you get to that place and not succeed and fail, only to get back up, the more exposure therapy it's called that you get, the better you're going to develop that muscle. Assuming you're wrong from the start is actually a more healthy way to be successful. I mean, it's so wild that in my world today, when I start a new business, I actually assume from point 1 that I'm wrong about something. See, most people won't start unless it's perfect and it's guaranteed. That is not how real entrepreneurs build things. Real entrepreneurs go, I think there's an opportunity here. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I'm going to bet on me to go and figure out the right way to do it. But if you're still stuck overthinking everything, you have to understand that worry is a wasted use of your imagination. Too many people spend more time visualizing disaster than dreaming of success. It's like driving a motorcycle or snowboarding. You look where you want to go, not what you're avoiding. My buddy Mike, first time he came on my ski trip, the guide said, don't look at the trees. He's like, why? Well, if you look at the trees, you're going to hit the tree and you're going to fall in the tree well, and then we're going to have to dig you out if we get to you fast enough. Mike started freaking out because he doesn't want to die. And he's in the backcountry and he's looking at these trees and he's looking at trees. Guess what happened? Mike freaking hits a tree, freaks him out, doesn't know if he wants to keep skiing. And we explained to him, bro, just look for the sunlight. Look for the space in between the light. Use your eyes to focus on where there is opportunity to get through the trees. And now, almost 10 years later, this guy does not worry about hitting the tree. Instead, he dreams about the big freaking kickers and he gets the grab and he literally wins photo of the trip every time we go out. So good job, Mike. See, I believe this. Your reality is the byproduct of your most dominant thoughts, actions, and feelings. So when I'm thinking of fear, I have to tell myself fear stands for false evidence appearing real. It might feel real, but it's not factually real. Am I really gonna lose everything if I make this decision? No. If you can imagine failure vividly, you can imagine success just as vividly. Think about it. If you have the power of imagination of the worst case scenario, flip it. Design the power of imagination for the best case scenario. My coach, Ed Milet, talks about this and he brings it to another level. He says, when you're visualizing and you're truly in that space, pretend that you're like looking at it through a camera and you're going forward and then you're zooming backwards and you're changing from black to white to color. He says, if you're truly in the energy of having received what you want, then you should be able to tell me all the minute details. He said, when you can imagine at that level of specificity, then you will receive. I just love encouraging people to ask the question, instead of what if I fail, ask what if I succeed? At the end of the day, there's going to be a badge called success and there's a name written on that badge. Why not your name? Why not you? Why aren't you the person that does the thing, write the book, show up, create the content, be the success person, be on the cover of the magazine? Why not you? That's my favorite question to ask, because if you're watching this right now, it tells me that you want it, you have a desire, and I'm telling you, it's available to you. If you want to learn one simple rule that changed my life forever, click the link and I'll see you on the other side.